In the heart of ancient tales lies a garden, a place of unparalleled beauty and mystery, the Garden of Eden. But what if everything you've heard about it is just the tip of the iceberg? Imagine a world untouched by sin, where nature flourished in perfect harmony. Yet, lurking beneath the surface is a question that has puzzled scholars and believers alike. Is this paradise a myth, or does it hold a kernel of truth? As we peel back the layers of this intriguing narrative, we'll encounter fascinating clues and contrasting interpretations. What secrets does this idyllic garden conceal? Could its location be more than just a poetic metaphor? And what about the infamous fruit that sparked humanity's greatest downfall? Was it really an apple, or something far more symbolic? Stay tuned, because this journey through time will challenge everything you thought you knew. With each revelation, you'll find yourself questioning not just the story itself, but the very essence of human existence. So, grab your curiosity and let's dive deep into the enigma of the Garden of Eden, where myth and reality intertwine in ways you never imagined. The quest for the Garden of Eden has intrigued historians and archaeologists for centuries. Many believe that the garden, as described in the biblical texts, is not merely a mythical place, but rather a real location that can be traced through ancient civilizations. The most commonly cited region is Mesopotamia, often referred to as the cradle of civilization. Evidence from archaeological sites in this area reveals complex societies that thrived thousands of years ago, potentially mirroring the lush paradise described in Genesis. Excavations have uncovered artifacts, ancient irrigation systems, and remnants of early agriculture, hinting at a world where humanity first cultivated the land and established roots. As archaeologists delve deeper into Mesopotamian history, they find connections between the stories of creation in the Bible and those from earlier Sumerian texts. For instance, the Epic of Gilgamesh features a garden that echoes the lushness of Eden, suggesting that these narratives might share a common cultural origin. Such discoveries raise questions about the historical context of the biblical narrative. Were these stories adaptations of earlier myths, or did they emerge from a shared human experience in a particular geographical setting? The interplay between archaeology and biblical scholarship continues to unfold, with each new find adding layers to our understanding of this ancient tale. In addition to Mesopotamia, other regions have also contributed to the Eden narrative. Scholars have pointed to the Tigris and Euphrates rivers as potential markers for Eden's location, supported by ancient maps and texts. The precise identification of Eden remains elusive, but the ongoing research sheds light on humanity's early attempts to understand its place in the world. It's a fascinating journey through time, revealing how our ancestors perceived paradise and their relationship with the divine. The archaeological evidence, however, is not without its challenges. Many scholars argue that the lack of concrete proof of the Garden of Eden leads to skepticism about its historical validity. Instead, they propose that the tale might be a metaphorical representation of humanity's longing for a perfect existence, a reflection of our innate desire for harmony and connection with nature. This perspective opens up the discussion about the role of mythology in human culture and how such stories serve to convey deeper truths about the human condition. As the debate continues, the historical and archaeological analysis of the Garden of Eden remains a vibrant field of study. Each new discovery has the potential to reshape our understanding of one of humanity's most enduring myths. The search for Eden invites us to consider not only the specifics of a geographical location, but also the universal themes of longing, loss, and the search for belonging that resonate through time. The narrative of the Garden of Eden holds a crucial place in various theological frameworks, offering a lens through which to view human nature, sin, and redemption. Different religious traditions interpret the story in unique ways, each imbuing it with specific meanings that reflect their beliefs and values. For many Christian denominations, the story exemplifies the fall of humanity and the introduction of sin into the world. Adam and Eve's disobedience is seen as the moment when perfection was lost, leading to the need for salvation through Christ. In contrast, Jewish interpretations often place a greater emphasis on the responsibility of humanity. In this view, the story illustrates the complexities of free will and the consequences of choices made. The act of eating from the tree of knowledge is not solely a transgression, but also a critical step in the evolution of human consciousness. This interpretation invites followers to reflect on their own decisions and moral responsibilities, framing the narrative as a teaching tool rather than a mere account of disobedience. Islamic perspectives also provide rich insights into the Garden of Eden narrative. In the Quran, Adam and Eve are recognized as the first humans, and their story emphasizes themes of mercy and forgiveness. The act of eating from the forbidden tree is acknowledged, but the focus shifts toward God's compassion and the promise of guidance for humanity. This interpretation reinforces the idea that while humans may err, divine mercy is ever present, offering a path toward redemption and understanding. Moreover, the theological implications of the Eden story extend beyond individual actions. They touch upon broader themes of human existence, such as the relationship between the divine and humanity, the nature of temptation, and the quest for knowledge. These themes resonate deeply within the human experience, prompting individuals to explore their beliefs about morality, purpose, and the divine. The diverse interpretations of the Garden of Eden narrative highlight the richness of theological discourse. Each tradition brings forth unique insights that invite followers to engage with fundamental questions about existence and morality. As people navigate their spiritual journeys, the Eden story continues to serve as a powerful symbol, prompting reflection on the nature of humanity and its relationship with the divine. The story of the Garden of Eden is rich with symbols that have transcended time and culture. Take, for example, the serpent, often interpreted as a symbol of temptation and knowledge. This creature has become a powerful emblem in various cultural narratives, representing the duality of wisdom and folly. In many interpretations, the serpent's role in the fall of humanity introduces the complex idea that knowledge can lead to both enlightenment and suffering. This duality resonates across cultures, making the serpent a compelling figure in discussions about morality and human nature. Another potent symbol is the forbidden fruit, often associated with the apple. This fruit has come to represent desire and the consequences of transgression. In art and literature, the imagery of the fruit conveys a sense of allure and danger, suggesting that what is forbidden often holds the greatest temptation. Various cultures have employed this symbol to communicate lessons about restraint, desire, and the human condition. The fruit's allure serves as a reminder that even the most beautiful things can lead to dire consequences if pursued recklessly. The concept of paradise itself, as depicted in the garden, signifies an ideal state of existence, one that many cultures strive to achieve. This notion of a lost paradise has inspired countless narratives about utopia and the human quest for perfection. The Garden of Eden represents an original state of harmony, a model for societies that yearn for peace and balance. As a result, various cultural expressions, whether through literature, art, or philosophy, have sought to capture this ideal, often contrasting it with the chaos of contemporary life. Moreover, the garden's lushness reflects fertility and abundance, often serving as a metaphor for life and growth. This has found resonance in agricultural societies, where the garden symbolizes the promise of sustenance and prosperity. Different cultures have integrated this imagery into their agricultural practices, rituals, and celebrations, recognizing the garden as a sacred space that fosters life. The connection between the garden and fertility highlights the importance of nature in human existence, reinforcing the idea that humanity is inextricably linked to the earth. Lastly, the themes of innocence and fallibility manifest prominently in the narrative. The initial state of Adam and Eve before their transgression represents purity and naivety, while their eventual fall illustrates the loss of innocence. This tension has been reflected in various cultural contexts, prompting discussions about the nature of humanity and the inevitability of moral failure. As cultures grapple with these themes, the symbolism of the Garden of Eden continues to offer a framework for understanding human flaws and the complexities of moral choice. When we delve into the narrative of the Garden of Eden, it becomes clear that many cultures have their own creation stories that share themes with this biblical account. For instance, ancient Mesopotamian myths, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh, feature paradise-like gardens and divine beings that interact with humanity. These similarities indicate a shared cultural understanding of the relationship between the divine, nature, and human beings. By comparing these narratives, we can explore how different societies conceptualize the origins of life, morality, and the human experience. One striking parallel can be found in the Greek myth of Pandora. Much like Eve, Pandora is introduced to the world with an element of curiosity that leads to unintended consequences. Both stories highlight the theme of curiosity and its potential for destruction. In the case of Pandora, her opening of the box symbolizes the release of evils into the world, echoing the fall of Adam and Eve and the introduction of sin. This thematic connection raises questions about the human inclination toward knowledge and the inherent risks involved in seeking it. Similarly, the Hindu tale of the cosmic tree, known as the Ashvatha, bears similarities to the Eden narrative. The tree serves as a source of life and wisdom, representing the interconnectedness of all existence. In both stories, the concept of a central life-giving entity emphasizes the importance of nature in the spiritual and physical realms. By examining these parallels, we can appreciate how different cultures use similar motifs to convey profound truths about existence and the human condition. Conversely, there are significant differences in how these creation stories portray the nature of evil and knowledge. While the Garden of Eden presents the serpent as a tempter leading to humanity's fall, other myths may depict evil as an inherent part of existence rather than an external force. In Zoroastrianism, for instance, the duality of good and evil is a central theme, emphasizing a cosmic struggle rather than a single event of transgression. This divergence invites us to consider how different cultures interpret the origins of evil and the moral lessons derived from these narratives. Ultimately, the exploration of these similarities and differences enriches our understanding of the human experience. The Garden of Eden serves as a focal point for examining universal themes such as the quest for knowledge, the nature of temptation, and the complexities of moral choices. By engaging with these diverse creation stories, we can appreciate the richness of human thought and the myriad ways in which societies grapple with fundamental questions about existence and morality. The story of the Garden of Eden has left an indelible mark on literature throughout the ages. Writers across generations have turned to this rich narrative to explore themes of innocence, temptation, and the consequences of human choices. For example, John Milton's Paradise Lost is perhaps one of the most celebrated adaptations of the Eden story. In his epic poem, Milton delves deep into the characters of Adam and Eve, presenting them not merely as biblical figures but as complex beings wrestling with free will. This exploration of human nature resonates with readers, prompting them to reflect on their own moral dilemmas and the concept of sin. In addition to poetry, the Eden narrative has influenced countless novels. Authors like Nathaniel Hawthorne and Toni Morrison have drawn on the themes of Eden to discuss innocence and the loss thereof. In Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter, the idea of a personal Eden lost to societal judgment echoes the original tale of Adam and Eve being cast out. Morrison's Beloved, on the other hand, touches on the longing for a lost paradise, reflecting a deep yearning for freedom and the possibility of redemption, much like the yearning for a return to Eden. These literary works invite readers to grapple with the complexities of human experience and the idea of paradise lost. The visual arts, too, have been significantly shaped by the Eden narrative. Artists from the Renaissance onward have depicted scenes of the garden, often focusing on the beauty of creation juxtaposed with the tragedy of humanity's fall. For instance, paintings by artists like Sandro Botticelli and Michelangelo have captured the lush imagery of Eden, portraying Adam and Eve in a way that emphasizes their innocence before the fall. These works not only serve as a visual representation of the biblical story, but also as a commentary on human nature, inviting audiences to ponder the balance between knowledge and innocence. Moreover, the influence of Eden extends to modern art, where contemporary artists reinterpret the themes of the garden in innovative ways. For example, installations and performances may explore the concept of paradise in relation to today's environmental crises, challenging viewers to consider humanity's role in the destruction of natural beauty. This modern lens allows for a fresh dialogue about the implications of the Eden story, showcasing how its themes remain relevant as society grapples with issues of sustainability and moral responsibility. Philosophically, the Eden narrative has sparked discussions about morality and the human condition. Thinkers from various fields have analyzed the implications of Adam and Eve's choices, debating whether their actions were inherently flawed or a reflection of human curiosity. This philosophical inquiry has led to broader discussions about free will, the nature of evil, and the moral lessons that can be gleaned from the story. By engaging with the Eden narrative, philosophers and scholars encourage deeper contemplation of ethical principles and the complexities of life choices, emphasizing that the lessons from the garden continue to resonate in contemporary moral debates. As we wrap up our journey through the Garden of Eden, it's hard not to wonder, was this paradise a mere myth, or could it have roots in reality? The stories we've explored today invite us to ponder deeper questions about human nature, temptation, and the origins of our moral dilemmas. What if the garden represents not just a place, but a state of being? Imagine a world where innocence reigns, untouched by the complexities of life as we know it. Does that sound appealing? Or does it feel like an impossible dream? Perhaps the true essence of Eden lies in our ongoing quest for understanding and connection with the divine. Now, think about this. How do the lessons from this ancient tale resonate with your own life? Can you identify moments of temptation and choices that have shaped your path? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your insights in the comments below. And just before you go, don't forget to subscribe for more captivating stories and mysteries from the Bible. After all, there's so much more to uncover about the rich tapestry of faith and history. What other stories do you think hold hidden truths? The adventure continues.